Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a really high level game with two really good teams playing against each other, kind of like a heavyweight battle. Disappointed on how we concede goals, but I thought our response both times was really good. Just really proud of the effort that all of the guys put in. It's been a third game in 7 days. We've put a lot into this. The guys left everything out on the field tonight. There's opportunities for us to learn, but I think it gives us the confidence that we know that we can go up against some of the elite in the MLS and play and compete with them.
Yeah, Coach. I thought it was interesting earlier in the week. One of the players was saying kind of the output matched the input for you guys with the streak, and that was kind of how some of them were looking at it, just in terms of reaping the rewards of their effort. In terms of that output input way he described it. How do you kind of view that streak just in the context of the summer and what it's built up for all of you to this point, regardless of the result tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I think that, the streak is always something that people want to talk about. But for us, we constantly look at, each game and what we put into each game. And also, when we started the season, we didn't talk about winning streaks or anything of that nature. We talked about, wanting to establish ourselves, our style of play, how we play and how we act on and off the field. We want to make the MLS playoffs and we want to compete for trophies. And, throughout this period of time, May, June, July, we've been able to put ourselves in opportunity to continue to earn those objectives that we set out in the opening of the season. So, again, we're going to continue to, work hard each and every day, continue to evaluate our process. And we got a quick turnaround for what is the day? So it's against Columbus.
Yeah. Hey, BJ, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I have you now, Ben. Thanks.
Awesome. Sorry about that earlier. You talked about how you guys have just wanted to kind of play your game and the way that you want to approach games. It felt like in the first half, especially Miami, made it tough for you to do that. I'm curious, what did you think they did well that kind of limited you guys? And then what were some of the adjustments that you made at halftime to have an improved second 45 minutes?
Yeah, I would say, obviously I think, when Miami has the ball, it's dangerous. There's a lot of dangerous players out there. So I don't think we were as aggressive defensively as we could have been. But, credit to them. They do a good job. With the ball, I just think we had a bad start. We were careless with the ball. We weren't calm with it. I felt like we could have it for longer periods of time and not be so rushed. And I thought after we sort of weathered their storm a little bit, maybe 20 minutes, we finally got there. And then we were able to, create turnovers, secure the ball and have a lot of it, which we wanted to do tonight.
And then I just wanted to ask about Miami's second goal. Obviously, I know that you want your goalkeepers to play out of the back like that. And we've seen Joe do really well with that throughout the season. What do you say to him after that? I know he's been around for a while, but do you feel like there's any like encouragement needed after that, or do you just kind of brush it off and move on to the next one?
I mean, Joe's a pro. Mistakes happen, right? And for us, this is the way we want to do things. We're not going to panic or do it. And Joe's come up big for us, so now the team responds behind Joe, and we tell him to keep doing what he's doing.
All right, y'all. We're back with Dan Lovitz. If you guys have any questions, we'll go ahead and start there. Ben, go ahead.
Yeah, Dan, I asked BJ a similar thought or a similar question, but I'd love to hear your thoughts. It felt like maybe in the first half, you guys weren't able to play exactly the way that you wanted to. And it felt like Miami did a good job kind of limiting that, but it felt like it shifted in the second 45. What do you feel like they did well in the start? And what were some of the adjustments that you guys made to improve in the second half?
I think we did a decent job in the first half of trying to execute what we were trying to do. That being said, for sure, there was a little bit of nuance to it that needed to be adapted as far as the second half goes. And I think that entailed getting behind them a little bit, pushing them deeper, and the balls that we were trying to get in behind to actually play them behind. A lot of the times our service was getting cut out in the first half and kind of generating some flow for them offensively. But other than that, I thought defending against the ball, we did a relatively good job against that team in that weather. I think there's always going to be a little bit stop and start. And some tempo and consistency was hard to come by. But other than that, a game of moments. And I think we could have done better with a couple of our moments, and we limited them to, not very much as well, and they're a very dangerous team. So some stuff to take out of it, but otherwise, definitely looking at how to be a better version of ourselves moving forward.
Ben, if you have a follow-up, go ahead.
Yeah, and then I know everybody's kind of been talking about the 15 match unbeaten run, and I know y'all have been kind of taking it one match at a time and not putting too much stock into that. Just what does this match, I guess, say about you as a team that you are, even maybe on not your best night, able to hang in a pretty tight match with one of the better teams in the league?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the unbeaten thing, that's sort of media, it's a nice thing to be able to say, and obviously we don't discount it, but we do take it game by game, and I don't think one win, one loss, 15 unbeaten dictates where we'll be at the end of the season. We've learned a lot in this stretch, and it's been a lot of good media, whatever you want to call it, but at the same time, I think the more important thing is we've been consistently getting better and putting together performances back to back, not just flashes in the pan. So I think this is, a little bit too soon to really know exactly what went down. Emotions are high, but we'll look at it objectively and move forward and tweak stuff, and we have a quick turnaround. So, I'm not really one to say we're proud of hanging with any team. I think we want to set the standard when it comes to that. And I think we gave them a good game. That being said, we could have done things better for sure. And that's soccer. That's the game. So we'll move forward and learn what we can from this and just continue focusing on ourselves.
Do you have any other questions? Ben, if you have a third one, you're welcome to start.
Yeah, sure. I know it's around, and I know this is kind of like the dog days of summer. And y'all have played a ton of games. It's maybe just kind of a generic question, but at this point in the season, how are you trying to not stay motivated for each game, but stay fit and put yourself in a spot to be able to play 90 minutes when it's back to back to back and 90 degrees or whatever?
Yeah, I think the dog days of summer, as you called it, I think that's when a lot of people look to manage the stretch with condensed schedule and weather, whatever you have it, or what have you. And I think for us, we're trying to kind of quietly continue to accelerate in terms of our intensity and the way we focus, and try to win every single game that we play. Doesn't matter what lineup, doesn't matter where we are, home, away, in conference opponent, out of conference opponent. We have one at the end of the month against San Diego we're really looking forward to. That's a good team, a good test for us, but life as usual, man. Just trying to continue to build ourselves into a team that can win something this year. We put ourselves in a good place to do that, and we're really proud of where we're at right now. We're not content. There's a lot to improve on, but I think on an individual level and collectively, we have a group of guys that's ready to grind, and they're very professional, and we take, being available very seriously, and we want to be able to put out a strong lineup every time we play. And it's a luxury that we have, and we have a lot of competition in the group, so it's important that everyone's putting themselves in a good spot to be available, to be on the field, to play for 3 points every time you have a chance to. So something we all take a lot of pride in. BJ emphasizes, obviously, and we have all the resources to help us achieve that. So it's life of a professional soccer player. This is MLS. This is the way it goes. And, we have some guys new to it, other guys getting used to it, whatever. We know what to do.
All right. If there are no other questions, then we're going to close this out, and we will see y'all next week. Thank you so much. Have a good night.